Okay, welcome back to another review. Today I have the Google Pixelbook, the $1,000 Chromebook. So, some of you might be interested in this item, wanting to get more information. So, I wanted to give you my thoughts on it, and hopefully, it'll help you decide whether this $1,000 Chromebook is worth it. All right, let's get into it. So in terms of build quality, this laptop is right up there with some of the best on the market right now. I really love how premium it feels. It's got the nice brushed metal up on top that blends into this white glass here. And the only branding on this machine is just this little tiny Google logo right here. Which isn't even like colored like most Google logos are. It's matches the metal. It's just a light gray. I think it looks very classy, and it kind of gives it that premium feel and look to it. So if you look, I'll just show you how thin this is. So you can see how thin this laptop is. It feels really great to hold. These edges are a little bit sharp, but nothing that, if you grasp it really tight, it might hurt your hands, but I've never had that issue. It's just, you can just see how they went with kind of the simplistic kind of Apple design to it. And to show you kind of the I/O, this is just a single USB on this side, along with a charging light, LED light that blinks. You can charge on that USB-C as well as this one, which is, again, just one USB-C on this side. Again, the same charging light. And then a headphone jack, volume rocker, and a power button right there. On the bottom has kind of the same design with the metal to glass, and then rubber feet right there, and a rubber feet or rubber strip right here as well. All right, so let's open this guy up. Hinge is very sturdy, very smooth. One of the best feeling hinges that I've ever used. Like I just said, it just kind of has that, it gives it the feel of sturdiness, but also easy to maneuver. And then this keyboard and trackpad and keyboard are probably my favorite I've ever used on a laptop. Beginning with the trackpad, you have this nice soft touch, kind of rubbery, like smooth rubber here on both sides for your palms while you type. Feels great. And then you have a glass trackpad, and this trackpad is extremely responsive. It's right up there again with Apple as being the kind of the top notch in terms of trackpads. Scrolling is great. Just getting your cursor to where you want it is just amazing. I typically use a mouse with my laptop, but I find using this trackpad a little bit more enjoyable, to be honest. So in terms of trackpad and the sides here, this is just great. And then the keyboard, again, it has kind of a soft touch to it. It's not doesn't feel plasticky, but it does feel rubbery. I'm not sure what it's made of, but it just feels great on your fingertips. And I'll just press a few keys for a little bit so you can kind of hear the response that you get. So key travel isn't super, it doesn't, there's not a large key travel to it, but you can hear it gives you a nice clicky response. The keys themselves are very large, but I wouldn't say too large. It fits this chassis very well. They are backlit. It's kind of a dim backlighting, but there is backlighting there, and it's automated, so it kind of comes on as the room gets darker, and the darker the room gets, the brighter the keys are. So taking a look at the display here, it's a 12.3 inch display, 2400 by 1600. It gets very bright. My camera probably won't do it justice, but it's let's see if I can get it. Yep, so it's on the brightest setting right now. Colors are vivid. Brightness is great. It is pretty reflective. I will say that I brought it outside once and it was a little bit tough to use out there, but it's a top-notch display. It's one of the best out there. So the things I will say I don't like are these large bezels, and many people will tell you that this is for when you use it as a two-in-one or a laptop mode. You can put your fingers here and hold it without touching the screen. That makes sense to me. That's great. It's still kind of an eyesore when you use it as a laptop. I mean, that's a good inch of bezel down there. And again, right up here is pretty thick, and the sides are thick too. So many people are probably wondering, how does it perform? It's a Chromebook. It's Chrome OS. It's very lightweight. It's a lot of web applications. So it's going to run fast, and that's exactly what this thing does. It runs extremely fast. One of the fastest I've ever used. So I'll just show you pulling up a web page like that and we'll just go to another one here. You can see how fast this thing zips around. We'll pull up in YouTube here and start a video. So you can kind of see how fast this thing zips around, and it should. It's running a Intel Core i5, 8 gigs of RAM, which is probably more than you ever would need for a Chromebook, but if you're looking for something that's super fast that can handle just a ton of tabs, a ton of apps open at the same time, this is going to be a great option for you. Let me turn up the speakers so I can show you those. So speakers are good. I wouldn't say they're the best on any laptop out there, but they're good. I mean, they get nice and loud. They can fill the room up. So if you're looking for something that has nice speakers, this is a great option. So one thing many people will want to use this for is, along with the Google web apps and web store that you can use Google Play Store, which has your Android apps in it. This is a great feature. I will say I love this because I've downloaded Slack, I've downloaded Trello, Lightroom, and a lot of these work really well. Some of them, and actually a lot of them, are not optimized for Chrome OS or to be used on such a large display like a Chromebook. So it's some of these you're going to be viewing them on kind of a 5-inch tablet screen. You can try to blow them up, but that sometimes makes them crash. So it's just something to be very aware about, is that some of these apps are definitely not optimized for this sort of platform, and they will crash from time to time. Even though that's true, I use a lot of them and they've worked great. Especially when you use them in tablet mode. So I'll just show you tablet mode really quick. Not much changes here, to be quite honest with you. I'll press the button there. So it folds flat. One thing I do like about tablet mode is you can see that there's no gap here. It lies flush all the way. So it does feel like one cohesive device. when you're using it in tablet mode, which I do like. But again, not much changes. In Chrome OS, when you flip into tablet, you can still kind of go from thing to thing down here. This is kind of your dock. You can pull up this and scroll through your apps this way. So just to give you an idea what tablet mode looks like on this, it's got a little bit of heft to it. I think it's about 2.5 pounds. Using it as tablet might get a little bit tiring after a while. So what I use it for a lot is when I'm consuming media, just to put it in kind of the presentation mode, I think they say. Basically let this be the prop or the stand for it. Pull up the screen a little bit, and you can watch your shows just like that. Alright, so would I recommend this? It's tough because I do like this laptop a lot. Like I said, I think this keyboard and trackpad are the best I've ever used. I think the premium build of this is top notch and definitely worth the, or I guess it's on par with kind of the other laptops in its price range. One thing I want to kind of show you is that when I pick it up and I hold it in the middle here, let's see if I can do it. It didn't work that time. Sometimes when I hold it in the middle, I can actually click on the trackpad because this bends a little bit, and I can click on the trackpad. But anyways, that's really not a big issue. Yeah, I mean, I love the thinness of it. I love the weight is nice to just kind of put it into a laptop. For a student, I think this is a great option. Again, I think just the price tag on this guy is just a little bit outrageous. If it were more in the $600 or $700 range, I would say this is a definite buy. This is a great option for many people in that range. But when you're pushing $1,000, you're going up against some of the kind of the business, professional type of laptops out there, and you can get a little bit better operating system, I think, for that price. Not to say Chrome OS is bad, but it's limited right now. I don't think anyone can argue that it's definitely limited. It's tough. I'm not sure if I can 100% recommend this. Like I said, I love it. I think it's great. Unfortunately, I think that for $1,000, I can get a little bit more useful of a laptop. So I might be returning this, but it's really up to you in the end. If you want that premium feel, you want a great keyboard, a great display, a fast operating system. If you are using just web applications, I would probably say like a Samsung Chromebook Pro or Plus might be, right there with it. Maybe it's definitely not as premium, but $400 or $500 less, it's very zippy, just like this. But like I said, this thing is extremely fast. It has specs that are probably more than you'll ever need for what this operating system allows you to do. But some people want that, so I don't think it's I wouldn't look at someone and wonder why they bought this, because I can see why. For me, I think I can do just a little bit better for that price tag. So I guess that's my recommendation at the end. I hope that this video helps you. I appreciate you watching to the end, and make sure that you like and subscribe it if you like this video. I'm coming out with a lot of videos. Hope to get some more tech and just kind of things that help me in my life. Reviews coming out soon in comparison. So thanks again.